a little short, so I'm going to use this. I apologize for people in the back. So here they were, and here we are, as refugees in the Bronx. I was fortunate enough to, well, let me start over. I came to this country as a refugee in 1985 with my mom, my dad, and my aunt and uncle, who also survived the Khmer Rouge regime. And I started doing organizing work in the community here in New York City. And one of the things that my comrades and my friends and people that helped start Mekong, we wanted to really, we started questioning. One of the biggest questions we had was, what is justice, right? So what is justice? How do we find it? How do we get it? And it wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about, you know, the suffering, but it was really about art. And as an organizer, what I realized is that, you know, we wanted to organize the community in a way that was transformative. And art does the same. It transforms. And I say that I'm a very, very lucky girl. Well, I thought I was a very lucky girl when I first met Sekon. I was like, wow, I'm so lucky and fortunate to meet On as Sekon. But then I was like, you know what, it's actually really destiny. So we were destined to see and meet with one another, because the first thing he said was like, Mekong, what's that? And I said, what's the river? He's like, yeah, I know, I live in Cambodia, of course I know what Mekong is. And then I began to tell our story of how we came to name the organization Mekong, because we work with the Cambodian and Vietnamese community in the Bronx. And the Mekong River was something that we thought was unifying, because unlike, you know, the politics back home, the community here are very connected to one another, and we are very unified. So we wanted to take that as a grounding point for us, and Mekong came to be. You know, over the years I've heard many narratives, and our community talked a lot about the Khmer Rouge and all the suffering, and all I can say was, how can we stop this suffering? How can we stop and begin to talk about some of this stuff? And the organization came to be a year ago as the young folks and the elders of our community said we needed to heal, we needed to organize, we needed to empower the community, we needed to advocate for the community here, the refugee community here in the Bronx, and that we wanted to do it through art. And so we formed the Women's Circle to help make Sekon work on this project. And I can definitely say that even going through the process of making this work, the stories that came out was phenomenal and amazing, and we're also connected in so many ways. So it was the first time that I physically heard the stories of the secret bombings in 1970. I've heard nothing but about the Khmer Rouge, and to hear from Sekon and to have it visually be here and to be part of it, that the community here in the Bronx is really grateful that you brought it to us. And for the women who participated, really began to educate ourselves on some of the stuff and begin to heal together as a community. So thank you everyone for coming tonight, and thank you Sekon On and everybody for making this happen. So thank you so much.